Folks, it's time for everybody's favorite part of WCBS, a toy video. We're about to go out into retail, and what I see this time, well, surprised even me a little bit. But before we go out into retail, today's video is brought to you by me, Jeff Hicks, and my graphic novel, Stealing Solo. Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to StealingSolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to StealingSolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. So, here we are at our first stop. Ollie's. Like I always say, good stuff cheap, but good is subjective. And we find our Mountain of Black Panther has not been chipped away at all. There are a lot of Shurikopters here, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Now, the Eternals have been here for what feels like an eternity, and they're not going away anytime soon. And what do we have under here? Ah, a talking Thor. Don't care. So we have Lady Thor and Valkyrie. I wonder what great idea Disney thought it was to make them the face of a movie. Well, here we are, finding it on clearance, finding out the director didn't like making the movie. Thor Love and Thunder really sucked. I'm not going to get sucked into the Shurikopter, I promise. Now, folks, we got those Wakanda spears. We got all sorts of more Marvel stuff, like a row of Shuri and Namor. I hope somebody lost a job over Black Panther. I mean, come on. This is way too much stuff. It didn't even work, so sorry you didn't get to hear anything. We have the shampoo bottles of Lady Thor, Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor, as she's called on the box. She's not that mighty. War Machine's pretty cool. That's why there's only one of him. But there's lots of America Chavez, Eternals, and Baron Mordo. And, the girlfriend from Black Panther. I'm sensing a trend here. B-list characters just aren't that popular. But I wonder why. There's gotta be a reason. The internet builds them up to be so wonderful. Yeah, that's not the case. Speaking of wonderful, what do we have down here? Ugh, Vice Admiral Holdo, no. And look, another one. Let's just put her down the way she belongs. So as you can see, there's a lot of Hasbro crap here. Like, they just dumped it all. But a lot of it's Marvel and Disney, so shouldn't be too much of a surprise to anyone out there. Now, for action figure collectors, you could, remember the glut of Age of Apocalypse figures, and did you know that Mafex, the Japanese company that makes the high-end action figures, they're making Age of Apocalypse next? I know I won't be buying, even though I have every other Mafex X-Men figure. I don't like that storyline. But if you do, folks, you can go to Ollie's and find dozens and dozens of Cyclops, and who do we got down here? Rogue. Was that... That wasn't Onslaught. Who was that? I don't know every X-Men character, at least at a glance. Star Wars galore. We have Fortnite. We have Vice Admiral Holdo. This woman is the worst. There's a case at every store. Nobody's buying her. Let's see what we got back here. We got Thanos. We got Obi-Wan. Shit, that got here quickly. More Vice Admiral Holdo. And we have a case of Zori Bliss. Folks, toys from The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. Man, Disney never thought they'd have such a failure on their hands, did they? Now here we are. The wall of Shang-Chi has noticeably shrunk, but I don't know if you saw it. They moved some of the Shang-Chi figures over to the other Marvel section to try to get them to move. So it looked like they sold, but they needed shelf space. Now the one thing they didn't move because no one's ever bought one are these Captain Marvel dolls. I should have sympathy, but it's a doll. Why should I care? Now these action figures look like they've seen some action. Look at the coked out eyeballs on that dude. I would not want to party with him. My heart could not take it. God, those look generic. We have some X-Men. We have a shitload of Johnny Lightning cars. Those look cool. If I collected cars, I might pick up a couple. But that's not really in my wheelhouse. Nor those Eternals things, or the Fantastic Four. Man, people really don't like the Human Torch and the Invisible Girl. Excuse me, the Invisible Woman. I don't want to be called a sexist. And they don't like this woman either. Rey Skywalker. Or Vice Admiral Holdo, or Jyn Erso, or Princess Leia, sadly, or DJ. There's just a lot of these left. Folks, if you'd ever like me to buy some of these and do something silly with them, let me know. Quill's cool. I really did dig Mandalorian Season 1. Let me know what you thought of it in the chat. But the Black Panther toys, they aren't something I dig at all. By the way, folks, if you'd like any toy-adjacent videos, let me know down in the comments exactly what you'd like to see, so we can make some entertaining stuff for you here on World Class Bullshitters. Now, there are a new swath of Rise of Skywalker books. Ooh, this one makes noise.
War is just beginning. I will not be the last Jedi.
You sound upset, Luke.
I need someone to show me my place in all this. I
What?
need someone to show me my place in all this.
You sound like Cara Delevingne.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me. That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Good for you, Kylo Ren. And there's the lightsaber again, though. And we get a recap of this trilogy, which I don't care to ever recap again. So let's just, let's move on, shall we? I said let's move on. Okay, good. More Rise of Skywalker books. I mean, every time we walk into here, there's something new from the Disney Star Wars trilogy on the shelves. Last time it was Last Jedi books. There's some Force Awakens books. But now we got the Rise of Skywalker. The whole trilogy is here at once, folks. What was it, Finn?
I'll never join you.
All right, Luke.
I had no choice. They arrived right before you did.
Say that again.
One thing's for sure, we're all gonna be a lot thinner.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Your move. Your move.
Should have said hello there.
Around the survivors.
That's a missed opportunity.
Perimeter create.
This party's over.
Alright, let's move on. Over at Target, there's really not a lot to talk about except the lone Reva that has still never left the shelf. Yeah, we called this a mile away a year ago, and here's Reva. All alone, forever alone, Reva. Now, we're at another Ollie's right now, and here's their wall of Marvel. It's been a little while since we were here last, and nothing's really moved. People on this side of town and this city aren't buying Black Panther. They got them by the casefuls, folks. If you need one, go to Ollie's. I won't pick it up for you. Now, let's see if there's any behind here. Yep, it's full. There's such a diverse cast of Marvel characters on this wall. You have Eternals, you have B-list characters, you have America Chavez. Let's zoom in on our favorite Eternal, Kingo. Look at how smug he is. Don't you just want to take that action figure home? Oh, there's our Marvel stuff. More Disney trash. Don't you just love it? It's everywhere. I can't wait to see the landfill full of this non-functioning shit. There we go. Sorry, excuse my French, folks. I finally dropped the S word. Shit. Now, these are new. We have Everett Ross and Hatut Zarazi. I don't know that character. Is it White Panther or White Tiger or whatever? I don't know. We have Black Panther and White Tiger. Let's see what his story is. Build-A-Figure. Okay. Well, he doesn't have much of a story. He's got a gun in multiple hands. Well, I'm not going to buy him, so let's just put him back on the shelf. A Star Wars canon. I'm not going to buy that either. Aw, Baby Yoda. How could people not love you enough to take you home right away? At least the cheap stores are populated with formerly expensive crap. It's gotta be nice. If you're one of those kids whose parents only shop here, well, at least you'll go home with something that was at one time valuable. Okay, these things were never valuable. Who am I lying to? I mean, we have Wenwu and Icarus, and they both look very upset. And, yeah, Cersei looks like she could be Shang-Chi's cousin, or not cousin, sister in the movie. They look very similar. Luckily, it's not Aquafina. Now, we have a lot of Vice Admiral Holdos. Let's check them out. I believe it's 8 to a case. What do we have here? We have 1 Holdo, 2, 3, 4, and that's a 5th one down there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Schlemiel Schlemazel. Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. No, it's a full case of Vice Admiral Holdo figures. People just will never buy these things. Folks, check out our old video when The Rise of Skywalker was coming out, and there was a Vice Admiral Holdo figure on the shelf that never moved. Every time I go into one of these places, just new and wonderful Disney merchandise shows up. I'm being sarcastic because you can't tell. Now, Cyclops is one of my favorite X-Men characters, and there's a whole peg of him, so I'm going to take home none of these, but at least he's there. Now let's see what else is in this giant mess of crap. We have a Jedi Starfighter with Ahsoka Tano, so folks, if you're excited for Ahsoka, and you can listen to our review, you can get an Ahsoka toy to take home, along with your C-3PO action figure. C-3PO should always be sold with R2-D2, just like Han should always be sold with Chewbacca. It just feels right. There we go, the Shurikopter and the Wakandan Spear, the 2 toys that will be around long after humanity has ceased to exist. Maybe one of these will work. We'll check it out in just a moment. Let's move whatever the hell this is, and look at all these Shurikopters. Let's do a nice sweeping shot of all of these Wakanda Forever on store shelves. And let's take it backwards, since there's a whole second row of them, so count that, double it, and that's how many of these you have on the shelves, and you gotta add 1 more. And, what else is this? We have the Nerf Gauntlet, and they have unopened cases of those just on the shelves because people are so excited. Ollie's is like, well, shit, what did we buy? That's all it does. Great. I'm not going to buy this thing, but I'm curious to see how much it was, and it was $10 whole. Now, I'm not here to buy Pickle Rick, but I am here to check out Bib Fortuna. And pay attention to Bib Fortuna's price, folks, because here, Bib Fortuna is $7.99, and he comes with 3 glasses, and, he's from Return of the Jedi, so he's pretty cool. You could pause that and read the back if you're curious to, but pay attention to what's over across the street in just a moment, and how much more you can pay for Bib Fortuna. Never a good sign when you can go to one store or go across the street and get it for less than half the price. Yes, even this store still has less Jedi figures, and yes, it's still the same amount as last time. Ooh, a bigger Queel. Maybe Shang-Chi figures are more popular since Barbie came out. That would be weird, but so is that movie. One day I'm just going to rename Ollie's the Disney store, because that's pretty much all they carry is Disney merchandise. I mean, the books, the toys, the movies, the comic books. The only thing you can't do is ride the rides and eat the overpriced food at this Disney World. Now it's the Disney World of the Midwest. What do you expect? Our last stop of the day is Walmart, and I happened to just walk past these, so R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, you were one of the all-time greats. Now here's this store's Star Wars section, just so you guys can see all the Revas that are still here. We have Big Reva, we have Small Reva, that's Retro Reva. We've seen the entire gamut of Reva figures. Remember when we were all terrible things for not liking her? I wonder how long Luke will stay on the shelves. Probably not as long as Reva, I'd be surprised. But look, here's Bib Fortuna. He's $24.99, and all you get is a different Return of the Jedi package. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be convinced to spend $24.99 on something that comes in a cardboard box that I could get across the street for $8. How come we don't see more sequel trilogy characters here? They were so popular enough, in fact, that they're going to get a 10th episode. I don't know. I see Obi-Wan, I see Princess Leia from 1983's Return of the Jedi, but I don't see Rey Skywalker for full price at retail. Now, I've heard this is a great Batman figure. I'm finally seeing it in the wild, and I didn't pick it up, but they did have two. If you have one of these, folks, let me know what you think of it. And now, finally, we found some Black Panther full-price merchandise. And we also found some figures, and, ooh, a Wolverine mask. That's pretty cool. X-Men 97. That's my inner childhood. Ooh, we have Rogue. Rogue's cool. And behind her, as we ride the struggle bus to see what's behind her, we have... oh, Wolverine. One of my favorite action figures to buy. So we have the Wolverine mask. Oh, we have the Wolverine claws. We have the Wolverine mask. No, that's not a good look for me. So folks, that was today's trip through retail. Like I said in the video, send me some suggestions of places you'd like me to go or things you'd like me to cover here on the channel. Love to check those out to expand the channel as we grow to 200,000 subscribers. We're hashtag building a better bullshitters. So folks, we just looked at a lot of stuff that will never sell, but if you want to get your hands on something that is selling very quickly, go to stealingsolo.com today. That book is moving fast, and I'm shipping books out all the time. I want to thank everybody. There's a lot of you. I couldn't name you all in this video, but I want to thank each and every one of you for getting a copy from around the world. And folks, if you decide to get a copy, well, go ahead and act fast, because like I said, books are moving very fast. Go to stealingsolo.com today to get yourselves a copy. They'll be shipped out every couple days, so you won't have to wait very long to get your hands on the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. So that's it for today from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters. Thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other. Thanks for watching today's video. Yes, it's over, but don't cry, because there's more, a lot more from World Class Bullshitters. And there's only one way to get it. Hit that subscribe button below. When you do that, you'll get notifications and updates from World Class Bullshitters every time we go live. Basically, you won't miss anything. And if there's one thing I hate, it's FOMO. But the thing most people hate more than FOMO is fear of missing out on World Class Bullshitters, because there's just some things you can't undo. So folks, do yourselves a favor and never miss anything from World Class Bullshitters. One last thing before you go, hit the thumbs up button. Not for our egos, no, they're big enough as this, but it does help us fight the algorithm here, and, well, it's man versus machine, and that's the real fight. But if that's not your battle, that's okay. There's one last way you can help WCBS, and that's going over to shopwcbs.com, picking up a t-shirt, a beer glass, a sweatshirt, a poster, all sorts of ways to back WCBS. The difference between us and other YouTube channels is I'm the artist that makes all this stuff, so if you enjoy art beyond t-shirts, you can even read our comic books. We got it all. We're called the epitome of pop culture for a reason, and no, again, it's not for our egos. So folks, make sure you're involved with every aspect of World Class Bullshitters, not just for us, but do it for yourself. We're making the change in entertainment everybody out there wants to see. And a special thank you goes out to all of our wonderful patrons who make this content possible. Go to patreon.com/worldclassbs to get involved and help out the channel.